Bel-Air Season 2, Episode 5. I did not write down what the episode was called.
I know what the name is called. It's called Lion Negroes. That's what this episode is called. Lion ass Negroes. Because everybody was lying. Everybody was in here telling tales.
That is a fact. Except that is not what the episode was called. It was called Excellence is Everywhere. Quite the opposite.
Lion.
Quite
Lies.
the opposite.
Lion Negroes is what it's called.
Whew. For what it's worth, I got two. Why does it not get my other finger? I got 2 Simply Spiked ads during this episode. For what it's worth. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, not only are y'all pushing this product on me during the episode, but now I got to deal with the ads outside of the episode.
Oh, they're not done. Did you pause it in the middle of watching the show?
You know I did.
You know what's on the pause menu?
Oh, wait, it's on the pause menu?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's crazy.
Simply Peach. Oh, they're shameless. They are absolutely shameless.
They're writing Coco Jones's character the same shit that they actually went through in finding advertisements.
No, literally. Literally.
We need more followers so we can push Simply Spiked. Anyway.
And they making them like force it. Not only have they said simply like 16 times in this damn show, but every time I pause it, you're going to have simply pop up on the screen.
And the commercials too? Okay. All right. I see what we doing here. They gave y'all a bag.
It's OD.
I wish we can get a bag like that one day. Just keep pushing the same product right in front of our people. It has to be something black, though.
Pure aqua spring water.
No, that's not black enough. It has to be like wave grease.
Water?
Yeah.
Water.
It has to be like hair gel. No, hair gel sounds too white. It has to be
I'm
wave
not
grease.
selling hair. I'm
Or
not
do-rags.
selling hair gel.
Do-rags.
Okay.
We'll sell Marcus do-rags.
You are infinitely more racist to us than I was just being to
We have to sell do-rags, bro. Do you want to sell 40s? All right, then.
That's our option? Yes. 40s or do-rags?
Oh, man. Whew. I got a kick out of that. Thank you for that. Anyway, Will is getting his ass whooped by Doc while weightlifting and conditioning. He eventually throws up, and some of the other guys start making fun of him because obviously they come from rough backgrounds. Jackie comes to comfort him, and Doc ends up giving him Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers and telling him that he will be swimming 50 laps tomorrow. Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers is a good book, for what it's worth. Just throwing that out there.
I haven't read it.
Viv and Geoffrey discuss G's Uncle Phil drama, and Viv casually mentions how this art show is for old Aunt Viv. I didn't write that down yet, sorry. Geoffrey's
still up with this weird ass vibe he got going on.
Yeah, but we see what that is later on in this episode. Mm-hmm. Phil and Ashley are in the kitchen, and it seems Ashley received a letter from Tatiana Ali after it turns out that she moved to Chicago and has a job there. Seems Tatiana Ali wants to thank Ashley for all that she's done, but lo and behold, Ashley ain't really done shit. What did she do? What did she do?
Poor
to receive a letter from you? What did she do?
Poor Ashley. They don't even halfway let this girl talk in these episodes. Like she's just like kind of like filling space. Like she's company when she needs it.
She had 2 scenes.
She's providing filler conversation when they need something else. She's a buffer in between in between homeboy, Coco's ex, and the parents and all of that. It's just like,
You know what's funny? Simply Spiked had more screen time than Ashley in this episode.
Ashley! They said Simply more times than they said Ashley, for sure. I put $100 on it right now. Right now.
Man, damn.
Carlton, damn drink is more represented in this show than Ashley.
Right. Carlton and Will.
Look, Ivy. What's the shit? Simply or H2 Ivy?
Don't. See, we didn't have to talk about it because they didn't really actually say anything about it this episode. So
hey.
We just had to bring it up. Carlton and Will are sitting in class, and Will is sore from getting his ass whipped by Doc. They begin to announce the Founder Award finalists, and lo and behold, Carlton is the finalist, but so is Will. Somebody has to explain this to me because didn't this nigga just come back from suspension
Oh,
today?
but the BSU nominated him. Oh, girl, childish.
As fuck.
She ultra petty.
As fuck.
So even after I explained to you why I broke down at the protest and I didn't make the speech, after I confessed that to everybody, the entire group of y'all, and started this whole conversation on mental health, you decided to backdoor me for the award I worked my entire high school career for, to give it to my cousin off a popularity contest.
Yeah.
So she toxic. She's toxic.
Also, does the BSU count as an extracurricular in this case? Because he's not on the basketball team. So, again, how is he a finalist? And he just got back from suspension today.
Because
Plot.
former love interest needs to spurn Carlton. Plot, bro.
Plot. Lisa and Will are walking and talking, and Bro is asking Lisa to teach him how to swim. After talking shit about Drew, it seems Bel-Air is starting a Lisa love triangle. At least for this episode.
I didn't want this. I didn't want this, and I knew that there were going to have to be, a certain amount of cringe that you naturally have to accept because of the age group that we're dealing with most of the characters, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't get to deal with adults until we start messing with Geoffrey and the parents.
Yeah.
Or Coco to a certain degree.
Sure.
And Jazz. But most of the time we're spent looking at the lives of high school children, which is, it may feel endearing and exciting and exhilarating while you're going through it, but it just seems very stupid from an adult's perspective. So like, I knew we were going to get some of that. I just don't want to spend a quarter of this season dealing with will he, won't he, Lisa or Jackie. Where does he go? Where does he go? And that seems exactly like where we're headed.
It's very it's very Tariq with Effie, Diana, and Lauren ish.
Well, no. This is better than that.
Oh, it's better, sure.
This is better than that. First of all, it's two girls that he met at different moments, and not three extraordinarily attractive women in New York who only want Tariq. They don't want nobody else. They only want Tariq. Like, at least Lisa and Jackie, that like Jackie kind of played him to the side for a little bit to see how he was. Lisa gave him a hard time. Like, there was some build up to those relationships. Tariq just walk in the room and it's like, yeah, I'm Tariq St. Patrick. Which one of y'all gonna fall next?
Facts. And there's never any repercussions for that whatsoever.
I have not seen a female reject Tariq since Sax's niece.
Yikes! That was first season,
and that was only because she was there to investigate him. like she wasn't allowed to not like Tariq, so she just happened to not end up liking Tariq.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's a fact. One of the influencers is talking shit on the phone about not getting invited to events because at least Kylo was getting them to events. Coco is sitting right there and is insulted and explains that she's working on it. Homegirl wants to depend on Karuchi's followers, but Coco doesn't want to use Karuchi.
I'm sorry. What is the basis of this influencer house? Like, explain to me how everybody works. Because what it seems like is happening right now is Ivy gets to use the house as a de facto billboard for her shitty grass drink.
Yes.
You two lubs, fucking leeches, get to sit around and complain and eat and drink all damn day about not having enough followers, and I work on getting us an advertisement deal. That kind of seems like what the hierarchy is right now, and if that's the way it is, you should shut the hell up and show up when I need you to.
Nobody's making content. Doing? Nobody's even making content.
Make a video. Yeah, make some content. What are you talking about? I ain't seen them girls do nothing but complain.
Right. Seems Todd and I are in agreement about how dumb it is that Will finishes suspension and ends up as a Founders Award finalist. Todd stated that the team misses him, but he was capping. Will informs him that he's on the Zenith Hype team, again, trash name, and Todd fans out over seeing them on House of Highlights. Todd is a real one for being happy for Will despite all his bullshit.
He is a real one. Will is a lying Negro. Liar.
Yeah.
You barely making it through conditioning, baby. You don't know how to swim. You got to hit these laps tomorrow. You are stressed out. Stop lying. It's like the theme of this episode. Everybody just capping.
Geoffrey walks in and Phil tells G that he's been studying the numbers and the firm is down bad after losing their biggest client. G advises him to try to get the business back as a Hail Mary pass to save the firm, and Phil admits that he's happy to have G back.
There was a lot of cap in that conversation because Geoffrey is capping.
Oh, yeah, no.
And Phil capping too because he's suspicious as hell of Geoffrey right now, so he's not just so happy to have you back. Ha!
Connor's hating ass thinks him and Carlton are going to lose the Founders Award because of Will's, and I quote, woke-ass Malcolm X stunt.
Hey.
I literally mentioned that just to say woke.
I hate that word has been appropriated to mean what it means now, but for its current definition, he was the perfect person to say it for today's definition of woke.
Got you.
The perfect person to say it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Connor comes in and starts pushing drugs onto Carlton just like the white man does. It started with Teddy and now here's Connor. Teddy's pushing drugs on Franklin.
They get me on the sugar.
Yep. Teddy had Franklin pushing drugs, and now here comes Connor pushing drugs on Carlton.
And at first I was like, well, why did you pick it up? But then I'm like, okay, so if they find some drugs at his workstation, that spells problems for Carlton.
Sure.
Like, short of being like, hey, teacher, he just threw drugs on my station. There wasn't really nothing he could do other than go to the bathroom and flush the drugs, which is what you should have done. But you're a cat. So.
Yeah. But which, by the way, he went to the bathroom, and I don't know if he's never seemed so addicted to the stuff that, like, just being in the mere presence of it freaks him the fuck out like that. But I don't know. I just thought that was a little weird.
Here's a mishap I think that they probably should have got to if they were going to go this whole addiction angle, is that, yeah, Carlton was a social party druggie. But that still comes with its level of withdrawal. Like, you're still jonesing to get to the next party so you can do some more drugs. You may not be doing it every day because you don't have the funds or the access to do it every day.
Or need to do it every day.
But you are definitely on it to do it again.
Yes.
Right? So what they haven't done a great job of is showing how he's weaning off from the drugs that he was taking. Not just the medication that was prescribed to him, right? Because he did have the setback with his anxiety. We haven't seen him struggle getting off of the drugs he was taking.
Fair enough.
And so that would make a little bit more sense that at the first opportunity he sees any white powdery substance, he run off with it like he got his favorite Christmas gift.
And then doesn't flush it down the toilet.
Yeah, it would make a little bit more sense as opposed to, oh, here we go with this again. Because we had just seen Carlton in a completely different light, and we wasn't even thinking about drugs for him.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think they could have did a little bit better job of focusing on the addiction aspect of what Carlton got going on as opposed to him just struggling with his anxiety. Because I think they're two different things.
I agree. Phil is texting Garrison to pull up at the restaurant he frequents when he sees some honey dip named Erica. Erica just moved from LA to New York. Erica seems to be this season's Michael Ealy, calling it now.
Damn, is that why Blue Eyes ain't showing up? Because Phil got him a honey dip now?
You know? Phil seems to forget about Garrison with his fine Don Brizzle standing in front of him and invites her to have a seat. She sits down and takes a drink that was for Garrison and mentions that she knows it's Phil's go-to, and then explains that Garrison is actually her client and that her firm poached him.
Oh, she a cold mother lover.
Yeah,
She cold for that one.
for
He's
sure.
like, hold on, man. I ordered that expensive ass brandy for my client who's coming in. He's like,
We just gonna
no,
sip this
you
drink.
didn't.
Okay, all right.
Pinky up, fool. He my client.
That
That was cold. That was
was
cool.
cool.
I don't think it's the same as Michael Ealy yet.
Oh no,
Right?
it's not yet.
The moment that they do something social that ain't got nothing to do with work outside of Vivian, then we on the same track. Because that's all Vivian was ever doing with Mickey Blue. Oh, we
Yes.
showing up to restaurants,
Yep.
showing up to private events, we having drinks, and oh, I just forgot to invite my husband. Silly me, right?
But we will get there. New Viv is explaining her artwork to old light-skinned Viv, and she doesn't seem to quite get what's happening until champagne is mentioned. Then she starts to absolutely shred New Viv's setup. That's weird. Why did she just absolutely destroy her shit?
Well, why is she even listening to this lady? Why is she not? I thought this was the shit she was doing with Reed.
Well, because she's not with Reed anymore. Remember, she went to his office and was like, "Well, actually, I have an art emergency or whatever." She said.
Well, but that didn't mean that they're not working together anymore.
I don't think they're working together anymore. I think this whole thing was.
That's what that meant. Damn, they needed an excuse to get Michael Ealy out the story. Damn.
He called off too many times.
Well, we'll let this shit happen later.
Erica and Phil have
Take them blue eyes on somewhere.
Yo. Erica and Phil have a bit of coy banter about Garrison and what's going on with his firm. Erica asks about Viv because seemingly she wants that old thing back. Phil asks about Chris because it's the polite thing to do. There's absolutely no other explanation because black men don't cheat. Turns out Chris and Erica got a divorce over kids. So then came an Adam who also didn't want kids with Erica. They begin to discuss terms on how Phil can get his client back, and she says there is one way. She tells him that he would have to, and I quote, knock the dust off that monkey like a maid in an attic.
That's not what she said. But she is playing coy, right? So first red flag, divorce number 1. Second red flag, divorce number 2. Third red flag, you can get the client back. How bad you want it?
You know?
You know what I'm saying? So as long as my boy Phil only meets her in public places for work, we are in the clear. The moment Phil plays into that old history that he got with old girl and starts sneaking around and meeting up with her without Viv knowing, we in some trouble.
Yep.
We in some trouble.
Yep. Will is in the pool tense because he can't swim, despite probably being roughly 6 feet and being only maybe chest high in the water, and his feet are probably touching the ground at this exact moment. Will is so scared. Will is so scared in this moment that for a second I thought I saw the water turn dark blue. You know, they have like the pee detection in the pool and it's dark blue.
Yeah. The doggy paddle was crazy, first of all. The doggy paddle was crazy. And honestly, I felt like this entire scene, like the whole, you gotta show me how to swim because I gotta swim at basketball practice tomorrow. And I'm gonna learn today and be fine at it tomorrow. But I feel like that scene was only there for Lisa and Will to be close to each other. And again, it's not a huge thing because I know there's gonna be a certain level of cringe and I'm just gonna have to eat with every episode. But we can find a more natural way for them to be around each other for a certain period of time without making up an excuse for Will to learn how to swim. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't be able to set up the scene where he tells Lisa her voice is the only thing that seems to bring him peace, and she has to hesitate. Like,
Yeah, see,
she wants that old thing back, bruh.
I was getting this feeling when they was doing the whole little flirty thing in the hallway, and then they doing the whole little flirty thing in the pool. It's like, damn, bro, you sending all kind of signals to her right now, and she think y'all about to get back together, and coming up, she's going to meet a certain someone that's going to mess it all up for you, and you just playing around like everything hunky dory. You should be hanging out outside until it's time to go.
Yep.
It's like I think they're trying to show us you know how you can get your wires crossed when you have all your feelings invested in a person and they're not on that wavelength and they kind of keeping you around. And in their mind, oh, we cool now. I get to have everything I want. I can still mess with you, and I can have this new chick, and life is great for me. Guys are stupid when they're 16, but like,
Sure.
it made sense to him. He's like, oh, we can still be cool, buddy. And Lisa over here like, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Coco Jones hasn't said one word in the scene, and Aunt Viv is stating how stressed she is and that Coco needs to hush up with all her bullshit. Coco seems concerned because, again, she hasn't said shit and her mom is going off. Instead of being mad, Coco explains her problems away and ignored everything Viv just said about shutting the fuck up about her problems. It would seem that Coco feels defeated, but Viv gives her solid advice to trust her gut and see where it takes her. Coco thinks the art show may be a good event to bring influencers to. That's when Coco reciprocates her advice back to her mom and says, trust your
Hey,
gut.
listen, advising your mother not to take anyone's shit and let them infringe on your vision while simultaneously asking her if she can infringe on your vision and implant her influencer house people is like peak Hillary.
Yes.
That's peak Hillary, because in the sitcom, what that would have been is some ditzy comment by Hillary while she's also trying to ask for something for her parents.
Yes.
So it's like a more tastefully done unawareness by Hillary.
Yep. Unawareness is totally not a word.
It's not, but I got on a tangent and I had to get it out of my mouth.
Cool. You already mentioned what?
Nothing.
Did you say pause?
Nothing. No.
You already mentioned this scene, but I'm gonna break it down. Will seems to want to break from all of his swimming-related anxiety when Lisa decides to splash him to get him back up. It seems the only thing that can actually motivate Will to learn to swim is not basketball. No. It's Lisa splashing him. However, they have a mad awkward moment. Lisa claims anything can work if you want it bad enough, and then they stare at each other awkwardly until Will splashes her. That whole scene was just... I could have done without that scene, just for what it's worth. Yeah. I forgot that Lisa is technically working for Aunt Viv, and so they have a nice little moment while working on the art show. Lisa spills the beans on both Will and Carlton being finalists for the Founders Award, and then spills the beans about what happened at the protest.
Okay. Make this make sense to me. At the bowling alley, when Carlton whooped Drew's ass.
Yes.
Right? They sitting on a car. Carlton, you shouldn't have had to do that. You shouldn't have had to expose what you were going through and you know, any of your traumas to all those people like that. You shouldn't have had to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go politic with your mama and gossip about what just happened to you and expose it to her that way, okay? That's how it should happen. Yo, who gossips with somebody's mom? Who does that? I understand they close. Her mom died. Her and Aunt Viv are very close.
Yeah.
But who gossips about somebody with their mom?
Here's the other thing. How does that happen when you already felt bad about spilling the beans about the Founders Award? Like, you felt bad about that. Change subjects.
Right. Like, it's like, oh, man, I shouldn't have told you that. Let me tell you something else that I shouldn't tell you. That was weird. That was a strange exchange.
Plot. Will checks Carlton about Connor, and Carlton explains that he doesn't even fuck with bro all like that. Then Will just stands in his room awkwardly, and then Carlton goes back to working out.
What's the name of this episode?
Lies everywhere.
Lying Negroes.
Lying Negroes.
Why are you capping so hard? Carlton, if you'd have told Will that he gave you the drugs, Will would have took it from you, and you would have been out of your crisis. But you're exhibiting junkie behavior. You're hiding your drugs. You covet them. You looking at it. You're shaking. And it's very junkie-ish here, Carlton.
Yes, very much so.
Like this doesn't look good.
No,
it's more than anxiety.
Yes. Phil walks in after his dinner date with Erica, and apparently bro is walking in late. Viv states that they need to talk about Carlton's panic attack. Not only that, but they need to talk about Will not saying shit about what happened at the panic attack. Viv wants to game plan with Phil. Viv walks into Carlton's room and congratulates him on the Founders Award, and he already knows she's on bullshit. Viv admits she knows about the panic attack, and meanwhile, Phil is talking to Will about not telling them. Phil is actually understanding, which is a nice surprise. While I know how bad panic attacks can be, I don't think this panic attack, with all the stress around it and it being so close to them weaning him off the meds, I don't think that's grounds for alarm. So I'm kind of glad they kind of handled it and were just like, at least somewhat understanding.
And then also, yeah, we kind of knew from the jump. I think we mentioned this when he first asked him to watch Carlton. Like, that's putting him in a sticky spot.
Yeah.
Like, you basically asking me to snitch on my cousin.
Yeah.
Which is some gray area there, because he does have, he's got an issue, but I don't, how am I supposed to have a good relationship with him to even know whether or not he's okay if I'm reporting information on him?
Yeah, and you're being helicopter parents. You're basically watching over him even when you can't watch over him, which doesn't allow him any room to grow.
And Doctor already told y'all in a few years he's going to be able to do this shit on his own anyways, and you're not going to be able to stop him. So it's better to give him the opportunity now so that we can figure out a safe way to do it, and he'll carry that on throughout his adult life.
Facts.
If you force it out of him, or if you force him back on the meds now, he going to quit cold turkey while he out and as an adult, and that may not be the best thing for him.
Yep. Will states that he wants to take himself out of the running for the Founders Award because he don't give a shit, and it means the world to Carlton.
Ooh, Cap, why you capping like that? Cap, why you capping like that? Cap.
I immediately knew that was Cap. This means that when Carlton and Will get mad at each other next episode, Will will actually try to go for the Founders Award, and after a huge fight, they'll be like, "Oh, it's okay that you won, Will."
But like, what is even the general interest in the Founders Award for Will? What could you possibly get at? How that gonna help you on your Zenith TV basketball team? How is that gonna help you?
And it's not gonna help you pay for college because Zenith Hype is already supposed to get you to where you want to go.
What do you gain? What do you get from it?
Nothing.
And you never mind. Keep going.
Viv is at the art show dressed like Clipper Daryl. And while old Aunt Viv, she was. I don't know what that red and blue outfit was. That shit was trash. Anyway, and while old Aunt Viv is going in on new Viv's setup again, she gets distracted by Geoffrey and walks away with him. Geoffrey escorts her into a nearby broom closet and supposedly snaps her neck before exiting the room, brushing himself off and giving Aunt Viv an awkward thumbs up. Because he
put it down. He made sure that Viv don't have no more complications from here on out.
He put her down.
No, he did the work. No, he did the work that Kane couldn't do. Okay? He put it down.
He rose her down.
The occasion.
That's what he did.
I don't
he's
think
a hitman, not a hit man.
No, he
didn't hitman. He is a hitman. The influencers are taking mad selfies at the art show. Seems like they enjoy a piece done by Anonymous, and no one knows who did it. I thought that was going to become something, and it didn't. So,
I thought the joke was like the person's name was Anonymous. Like, Anonymous is the name. That's why she kind of looked at him crazy. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, no,
maybe not. I don't know. Is there not an artist named Anonymous?
I heard that and thought that they were going to explain that, like, Ashley's anonymous or somebody is anonymous. You know what I mean? And that just never happened. So
that's too much for Ashley. It doesn't have anything to do with
okay, sure,
social justice or sexuality. So
I thought it was going to be somebody. And
all side plots with Ashley have to have some sort of overarching social message.
Did somebody paint a picture in the first season? Did Will paint something in the first season? Maybe I can't remember now. Anyway,
I can't recall.
Doc pulls up to the art show, and I guess he's there to drop Jackie off. I'm aware that Doc is simply there for his cut, but I'm not exactly sure the type of dancing that he wants Jackie to do is appropriate for an art show. Because he's her pimp.
First of all, she didn't even do nothing. The tap dancers was the show. She slid out and gave you a few of these.
Yeah, basically.
And it was over.
Yeah. Oh, Rose says it was Aunt Viv's painting. So then why was it anonymous? I thought that was her art show. I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I feel like I
I don't
remember
know.
seeing the
They didn't
painting.
take it anywhere, so if it wasn't just like a joke about the artist's name being anonymous, then I have no clue what was going on with that.
I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, the influencers don't give a fuck about an art show, but Coco says she has a big surprise coming up. Boy, howdy. Boy,
Once
does she.
again, I done brought y'all into this room with all of these people, with all this money around us, right? And y'all can't make it work. It's like I gotta take y'all to the dog park. I gotta hike your leg up. I gotta take you to the tree, and I gotta smack it out of you. You know what I'm saying? Go do the thing. Aren't you an influencer? Pull your camera out and talk. Do the thing.
Yep.
Do it. And she over here trying to get a brand deal started with Simply.
Simply spiked.
Hey,
Lisa meets
leeches.
Jackie. Lisa meets Jackie as she's letting her know where she can put her stuff, and even attempts to calm Jackie down since she's nervous. Jackie thanks her and then compliments her boots, which is such a high school girl thing to do.
So the fact that Will is not in here. Is it hot in here? I need to go get some. The fact that he not doing that the minute he's seen that they was both in the same room tells me that man is completely unaware of anything that Lisa is feeling or any impending danger by having his ex and his new girlfriend in the same room. My man is 16 for sure. He has experienced nothing. He's just so happy. He's so happy to have them both in the room. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Jackie.
Yeah. Amani Watson says it was Aunt Viv's painting too, and that now I think I remember her painting something in it. I think I remember that now. I think that was Aunt Viv.
But then why didn't she put her name on it? Why would
I
you
think
put
that was
your
part of
painting in an art gallery?
I gotta go back and watch season one
on it?
again, but I do remember her painting one thing, and then like there was something about it. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, Patience Anderson says didn't watch this episode yet, but this season feels like a social movement / political campaign and a Simply Spiked ad because that's exactly what it is. One big Simply Spiked ad.
Did she say and Simply Spike that?
She did.
I mean
Because
that has been a good portion of the show, honestly.
Yes.
Between the saga with the and I mean with shows like this, they usually do try to stay current because certain aspects when you have that long of a season, you have a filler, right? You have filler within the season, and so a lot of that filler tends to go along with current events, whether that be things that are going on in social commentary or politics or what have you, world events.
Mhm.
It usually tries to tie into something that's going on in the time. Like All American was like that.
Yeah.
It usually has something that was going on with sports or black people or politics that was going on in the show to the point where they ended up doing, I think in the last season they were talking about NIL. That was like
That's crazy.
a big part of the final season. Yeah, so it's like I get it, but it seems like it's the responsibility of one character and one character only to wear that weight, which is unfortunate because she don't do nothing else.
Facts. All right. Bel-Air loves his scenes with Doc and Will a little too much for my liking, so here we are with another one. Doc apologizes for the hungry athletes from before and explains that he needs to make sure his academics are on point. Of course, Will never thought about it like that, and Doc low-key puts the battery on Will's back for him to go for the Founders Award, an award he shouldn't have even been nominated for.
I must have missed that then. I must have missed that in the episode. I completely missed that.
I
don't remember that happening.
It wasn't a pivotal moment, but except for the fact that he basically hinted at like, yeah, you should totally go for it. He didn't say
So
go
then
for it.
that's
he
kind of
hinted.
wants the Founders Award then.
It is now, yes. At the end,
Okay.
that's why he, yeah.
I for the life of me, I could not understand what even sparked his interest. Like, but Doc, remember with the line, remember the quote that he got up in his office behind him, and then Will spit that same line in the field to get him to go to the meeting. So he's eating up anything that Doc gives him right now.
Right. Patience
so
Anderson.
If Doc told him to sharpen up his academics, then he had an opportunity to go get that award.
He says focus on your academics, and then he said something along the lines of, "Oh, the Founders Award. Yeah, I heard you got nominated for it. It couldn't hurt." And then that's when Will was like, "Oh, maybe I should go for it."
Oh, Doc wants me to get it? To hell with my cousin. Give me my cap.
Patience Anderson says, but at the sake of the overall plot of the story, do you feel like it's distracting talking about the Simply Spiked?
Well, I feel like there's a Simply Spiked, yeah.
I think she's talking about that.
I feel like if anybody suffers from that in the show, it's kind of Coco, because they've kept her there as the sole marketer of Simply in this show. So
that
if anybody should be annoyed by it,
outside of Jazz, that has been her entire season. It's Simply Spiked.
Yeah, I mean, maybe flattered because they see her as the most well, she's the only one that can do it. Viv and Phil are not social drinkers, all like that.
Yeah,
I think this was like one of the only times we see Phil drinking was in this episode.
Yeah,
Viv, she may have like a glass of wine, but she's not.
You know what? No, that's not true. Phil drinks a glass every now and then when he's in his office, and
yeah, but he's not going to be drinking a Simply,
which would be nuts. That'd be crazy.
He ain't drinking no seltzer like some of our fellows over here. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't drinking the seltzers all like that. But it makes the most sense for her to be Coco because she's old enough and she's not one of the parents to make her look like an alcoholic. So she can constantly be talking about goddamn
an alcoholic angle would be nuts as an advertisement.
So you know what? In that way, maybe to a slight degree, but it hasn't been so off-putting that I've I'm disappointed by it. You got to get your money, right?
I just can't stop drinking this Simply Spiked. Simply Spiked peach. Oh my God, I love it.
Ew, if they use an addiction to alcohol to try to sell Simply Spiked, that is insane. That's insane.
Oh, man. It just keeps calling me, man. Anyway. All right. Ashley pulls up, and of course she notices the book with a slave in it. Because the white people in the PTA don't want CRT to be taught, Ashley never learned about this woman. Viv says it's important that we educate ourselves. Ashley states that our excellence is everywhere.
It's like, damn, even when other people are talking to Ashley, it is only about Black history, women empowerment, sexual liberation, women's empowerment, and Black history. We can't never just ask Ashley, how you doing? How are your friends, Ashley? We haven't seen them in like a whole season and a half.
Oh, man.
Are you okay, Ashley? Ashley, when you're not at school or doing anything that has to do with, civil rights or protest, what do you do? What are your hobbies, Ashley? I wonder.
She stands in her room in a T-pose, just waiting for the next social event.
Like, Ashley, do you even have a cell phone? It was at a birthday party for you a few episodes ago, and the closest friend I seen there for you was Sweetie.
She don't even like Sweetie. She was mad that Sweetie was there. She almost threw a bucket of red paint on Sweetie for wearing fur.
I don't mean to discount some of the messages that they're giving, and then the overarching theme of everybody pouring the most virtuous thing they feel like they can give to Ashley into Ashley is a beautiful thing. But Lord Jesus, let this child say something other than some speech about some cause.
Oh, man, that's funny. Anyway.
Real.
Geoffrey asks how the meeting with Garrison went, and apparently G knows about Erica as well. Also, turns out that what Erica offered Phil is a chance to be a senior partner at her firm. Erica will also be in charge of Phil's schedule, which she will make sure that they have plenty of time for personal meetings and coachings, and if they need to go out of town, she will make sure that the room is booked nearby. Just for business purposes. Of course, Phil has yet to tell Vivian.
Yo, I'm confused.
She offered the position of senior partner at the law firm.
At her law firm?
At her law firm, yes. Do you remember that?
Yo. Did I,
Yo.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know.
I missed these points.
Am I spoiling the show for you?
You might be. She offered him a position at her law firm. That's how, okay.
Yep, and she wants to make sure that she's scheduling personal meetings and coachings and making sure that his hotel room is right next to hers. For
Did she
business
actually
purposes.
say any of that, or is this all on you? Because see, when I actually didn't see it, now I have a hard time figuring out whether or not this is your bullshit or if
bullshit. I am enhancing the story, sir.
Are you?
Yes.
You taking us away from Bel-Air and straight into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Actually, that is what Homegirl said the BET owner did to her. Is schedule a bunch of time for personal meetings and had their
was that
rooms.
the joke? Okay, I see it now. I got it.
Anyway, yes, she did offer him a position at the law firm. So since you didn't know that, he caps in not telling Vivian a little bit. Like he didn't actually literally
not see this, but see the things that precede it, that follow it. Like I don't. Okay.
Anyway, Jazz and Carlton are roasting people at the art show, and one of the guys is LaMarcus Alton. I hate the name because it's way too close to LaMarcus Aldridge. Like you didn't even try. Like
they put LaMarcus Aldridge and what's dude's name? DeAndre Ayton.
Yes.
They put them names together and just made something up.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's his name. Like you just basically use his name.
Carlton.
But apparently, bro is a football star, and after all of the poll writing that Jazz does, he introduces himself as Coco Jones's ex. Carlton exits stage left, hella shocked at what just happened.
Hey, look. I get it, Jazz. I understand why you didn't text back. I just felt like I lost my whole relationship in about 30 seconds.
Yes.
And the conversation with my girl ended with a kiss, and I feel like I just got X'd out.
You lost.
Homeboy walks in as my favorite football player. I pour my heart out all to him, tell him how big of a fan I am, just how much I love this guy. Only for him to tell me that he used to get it in with my girl. Not only did he not used to get it in with her, I'm gonna just slide on over here to her family and watch everybody just kind of.
Yeah, that was the worst part of it all. That was the worst part.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to go.
The family
it's time to go. I look like the side piece. I look like a secret right now. Yes. What am I doing? I gotta go.
Yep. The influencers don't even fuck with the art show, but now they're filming Viv's speech, which I am sure is content that their followers don't even give a fuck about. Hell, I even barely paid attention during the speech. I was like, man, what is she talking about? You give a fuck about this? The Syncopated Ladies is a terrible name for a dance group, but I guess Jackie gets it from her uncle. They are, however, pretty good at tap dancing to Jaden Smith's music.
Yo, why can't she tap dance? Why do we bring tap dancers if she's a ballerina? We're like I
don't know, bro.
I didn't get the choreography for that. Like the tap dancers was fire. They was good.
No, they were.
And then here comes Jackie. I'm like, that's it? You're not gonna get up on your toe or nothing?
Nope. Too much work. But yeah, again, that was to Jaden Smith's music, for what it's worth.
Hey man, you know his daddy.
I do know.
You gotta get some placement in there.
If Simply Spike gets it, Jaden Smith better get one of his songs.
Hey, if Will's going to allow Simply to come in there and say their name 92 times in an episode, then I can put my son's music in there.
If Saweetie gets a spot as a cameo, then Jaden Smith better get his song.
Are we gonna hear a Willow track soon? Watch.
Are we gonna hear Whip My Hair? I whip my hair back
in my hair. Just whip it.
Ashley's gonna listen to that song.
It's real good.
That's what it's gonna be. She's gonna sing that song at like a talent show.
If Ashley sings "Whip It" at a talent show, she the GOAT. He's goated.
Fair enough.
She is her. Hermione.
That nope doesn't
Hermione.
For some reason, Jazz is not standing next to Coco Jones and her ex is, which I thought was nuts. Like, go stand next to your girl.
That's why he slid up out of that thing. That's why he left.
Also, Geoffrey dips off and Phil notices, but we will get into why momentarily. Coco Jones admitted that her and LaMarcus Alton broke up because he went to Philly. Jazz, while understandably shook at the prospect of what's happening, shouldn't necessarily be jealous since he's got Coco Jones now, is what I would be saying if it weren't for the fact that Coco Jones invited him, and that was the big surprise for the influencers. All that along with all the dick riding that he did earlier.
What is the name of the episode?
Lies everywhere?
Lying Negroes! Why is everyone lying? Everybody is lying. Lying like a rug. Oh, I don't even know. I mean, I invited him. Like,
yeah, no, that's...
What?
You invited LaMarcus Alton?
Okay, cool. So it's work related, right? And obviously this is going to help with the business venture. Why you couldn't tell me about it? We talk about this shit every night. This is all we talk about when you come home. Why you couldn't just tell me?
Especially with how big of a fan he is.
Please, so that I don't drop to my knees and try to give this man some service right in front of your parents. Like, Jesus.
Whew. Lisa,
prepare me mentally.
Yeah.
Like, imagine your girl come home and tell you, all right, look, I didn't tell you about my ex. It's DeAndre Hopkins. Okay?
No.
it's DeAndre Hopkins. I gotta work with, oh no, imagine she doesn't tell you. And you outside, and you like, oh my God, that's DeAndre Hopkins? Yo, fam, I'm your biggest fan. I seen you at the Texans. I seen you at the Cardinals. You a beast. How you know my girl? Yeah, I used to be in that.
Oh, no. Nope. I'm out. I'm out.
Warrior.
I don't mean out. Like, I'm off of this planet. Like, just take me and go.
Like,
I'm
heartbroken.
Yes.
You know how bad I'm going to feel? Destroyed. My idol is my predecessor.
Whew. Anyway, Lisa and Jackie are happy because Lisa told her that she'd do good during her little dance, which she totally did good for whatever little small thing she did. That's when Will shows up and kisses Jackie, leaving Lisa to be jealous, causing a very awkward situation. Jackie notices that Lisa wants that old thing back.
We're going to get to the last lie, or the last two liars here in a second.
Fair enough.
So,
after the show, Lisa is swiping on Tinder on her iPad, and that's when Will shows up to talk to her. She claims she's
definitely not swiping on Tinder.
She's definitely swiping on Tinder now.
She was
has no other
definitely
options.
hiding the tears she was trying to fight back.
She was swiping on Tinder with a Apple Pencil, which is nuts. She claims she's just taking care of some things before she went home. Will apologizes for how awkward things were, and Lisa admits that she feels dumb for holding out feelings for Will. Will puts Lisa in the friend zone, but she's not having it. Lisa then claims that she wished they never did it, and she wished they never loved it, and she wished she never fell so deep in love, and now there ain't no way that they can be friends. And now all she can say is la 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 la.
Okay, she's a liar as well, because I thought we was cool. I thought everything was fine. I thought we can be friends. What happened? Did you think that I was gonna be single forever? I said we couldn't date no more. I didn't say I wasn't going to ever date again. Oh, we can be friends as long as I'm single. Huh? Did you never think about the potential of me finding another female on this planet by which females outnumber us 2-1? Like, where are we going with this? Lies. Lies. It was all cap. You thought you were going to get him back, and you didn't. Sometimes you lose, Lisa.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
A loss is a loss is a loss.
Yes. Phil and Viv discuss her art and her art show, and Phil hesitates to tell her about the problem that they have with Geoffrey. I feel weird because A, he still ain't said shit about Erica at this point in time, and B, why did G... At the time, I didn't know why G left out so fast. They didn't explain that at the point, so we'll get there. Anyway, apparently Coco Jones has closed the deal with Simply, and the Asian influencer says, and I quote, "Loving this Simply Spiked lemonade." People don't talk like that. Why are you saying it like that? Loving this Simply Spiked lemonade. Placement. That's what people say in a commercial. Apparently, the live stream.
I don't think we've ever drunk this. I haven't drunk regular Simply that much.
Oh, no.
For it to come up that naturally in conversation.
Yeah, I would say loving this simply lemonade. I wouldn't say that. Nobody
You'd
would
be
say
like,
that.
this shit fire. This shit fire.
Apparently, the blueberry lemonade is fire, and I've never had it.
Strawberry for me, the strawberry
Strawberry's fire.
lemonade is goated.
Strawberry and the raspberry.
The raspberry lemonade is nice. I like the strawberry lemonade though. That shit is.
Yeah, no, facts. Chillmonger wants to know why you're so heated about Will dating others.
No, I'm not. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm telling Lisa that she probably should have seen this coming. He never said that, oh, I just can't be with anybody right now. He said, I can't with you. I can't be with you. Is what he said.
Facts.
So knowing that, right, going into that, you have to think about the prospect of him dating someone else when you tell him, hey, we can be friends. There's no reason why we can't stay cool. Ain't that what we was just talking about an episode ago? Okay, let's stay cool. I have a girlfriend, but let's stay cool.
Simple.
Unless you was lying.
Also, apparently the live stream with LaMarcus put them over the top so that they can get the deal. And Jazz is now ghosting Coco Jones. So.
Yeah, bro, I've been replaced.
Yeah. Well,
bro,
you have
Julio Jones
technically you
walked
have
through
it,
the door
but you
and
have.
told me that he used to have my girl, and seconds later his family flocked to him like mosquitoes at a cookout.
Yeah.
Like a flock of gnats. They just came out of nowhere. I swear to God, Ashley, Phil, and Aunt Viv was all at separate corners of the room, and somehow they just kind of came like a magnet and surrounded him.
All right.
Like, fam, I don't have no more role here. They ain't never surrounded me like that.
Never.
I get it. What's up, Jazz? What up? How you doing, Jazz? How are you, Jazz? Because they never came around me and asked me how my life was.
Yikes. All right. Apparently, Phil put a security camera in his office because he suspected something was going on. Also, apparently, G took that time from the art show to raid Phil's office right in camera view. It don't get no more 4K than that. Well, it don't get no more 720p because he cheaped out on the camera quality.
Do I even need to say anything about this one? I mean, this one is pretty obvious. All right? It's probably pretty obvious he's the next addition to the damn liar group in this episode.
G or Uncle Phil?
Well, we gonna get to Uncle Phil in a minute, but G.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's definitely lying too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He capping this whole time.
Lying in his face.
I thought that he was working with that partner from the firm. Maybe helping him embezzle some money, and he get a little cut if he help screw Uncle Phil, and he has a motivation to do it.
Something.
But they didn't go that route. He just want to know where his son is at.
Yeah. Yep. All right, and then Will is looking up the Founders Award info, and Carlton didn't flush those drugs down. Instead, he hides them in the most obvious place a TV character would hide drugs, in the drawer, right underneath one article of clothing. Like, fam, really?
Carlton's a liar. Will's a liar. Uncle Phil, did you not learn your lesson about trying to keep fathers away from their sons from season 1? Didn't we just do this? Didn't you just apologize to Will and tell him that you were wrong for what you did? Or was it Cap? And he's not telling his wife. Once again, thinking that you know better than the adult in the room about whether or not he should see his son. Unless it's something that, like, I don't have a reasonable reason for Phil to be keeping the location of Geoffrey's son from him. Because it just feels like the thing that we just did with Will and Lou last season.
Yep. And also, he's lying to Aunt Viv by omitting the truth about this whole Erica thing. Like, why is he not telling her? You just dealt with that with Homeboy.
Everybody's lying. Who's gonna tell the truth?
That's nuts. That's crazy.
Nobody.
Yikes. Spoiler King says, "What up?
What up, though?
What up?" Any other thoughts on Bel-Air season 2, episode 5?
I'm hoping that since we're midway through the season, the pace is going to pick up a little bit to kind of get us through some of this sludge that we've been enduring the last couple of episodes. It hasn't been bad. I have not been turned completely off.
Sure.
But they're slipping a bit. They're slipping again. I think who was it? Made the comment. I don't want to. Made the comment about the product placement in the protest, basically the whole season.
In the last stream?
In our chat today. Not 2 minutes. Not
Patience
like
saying that
ago.
didn't watch this episode yet, but this season feels like a social movement, political campaign, and a simply spiked ad.
Patience. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The more I think about it, at least 2 of these episodes out of the first 5 have felt like not only filler, but filler for the show's social aspect, right? To set their moral compass, and it could work for certain shows, and other shows it doesn't work as well. Whatever social undertones they were trying to press in season 1, I think went seamlessly. It didn't feel out of place or forced. And in the early parts of this season, I can't really say that about the show right now. So that has kind of been disappointing, but I'm still watching, and there's still enough good things going on in the show to keep me interested. I need them to pick it up a little bit.
I agree with that. Being that I've seen this like from the first episode, that some of the things that they're doing have kind of repeated from last season.
Sure.
I guess I'm not, turned off to it yet, but if they keep doing it, it's going to be like, bro, I just watched season 1 all over again.
Now, the one thing they are good at is defying what you would think is the normal reaction to things that are happening. So when they found out that Will and Carlton was lying, I was expecting to go bust up in the room and be like,
I did too. Yeah,
hope y'all get in here. And it went so much smoother than what I anticipated. And that has come up. That's been a common theme in the show, where they kind of buck the norm and they go a different direction than what you're expecting.
Maybe they can do that a little more.
Exactly. I think maybe we're in for a little bit more of that in the second half of the season, but right now it's very so-so. There are good things, there are bad things. There's a lot of cringe, a little bit more than what I would prefer. But still great performances by Jabari and the rest of the kids. Coco, obviously, Carlton, the actor that plays Carlton.
I wish I could say the same about Ashley, but we've only seen her twice this season, so
yeah, that's continued to be a disappointment, man. Like, I don't know why she's there. They might as well send her off to a boarding school for social justice.
so she comes back as a singer.
I don't. They're just not giving her normal everyday side plots. Yeah. Her side plot is meant to drive a narrative for the show. It's meant to set the moral compass for the story that we're telling. And I just don't think that that's fair to the character, because when you look back at it, you're going to see the spots where a character could have been developed, or the opportunities for it to happen, that were wasted on throwaway lines or wasted on her being filler to somebody else's side plot. It's just not fair. I feel like they're going to end up sending Ashley upstairs one time and she's never going to come back down.
We'll see. We will see.
Like Judy from Family Matters.
Yo. Spoiler King says there's got to be a big reason why Geoffrey can't see his son. Agreed.
I think so, yeah.
Chili Chill says, I want to see Geoffrey win the lottery, but for real. And Nathan Moore with the huge news. I don't know if you two knew that Michael Ealy is actually going to be on Power Book 2 Ghost as a detective. And so that could be why. That could be why he's not on Bel-Air.
Mike! Okay. You know what? It's okay. I think he fits better over there. Sure. He wasn't doing nothing but enticing a wholesome woman and a mother and a wife over here.
He's going to do the same thing on Power Book 2.
Yeah, well, he can do it over there.
He's going to do the same thing on Power Book 2.
Girlfriends.
He's
Tariq got too many girlfriends. Michael Ealy need to go over there and snatch one up.
He's gonna do the same thing on Power Book 2, but because that was Bel-Air and this is Power, he's actually gonna have sex scenes. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the
Yeah.
difference.
I mean, yeah. He's a detective. So, ooh, another detective? We need another detective? Is something going to happen to Blanca? Like,
Please.
oh man, no, I didn't know that. So thank you, Spoiler King.
No,
Appreciate
I
that.
didn't know that either. And I looked at the cast before. I think I just didn't. I didn't think about it. I think Michael Ealy for Bel-Air and I think Michael Ealy for Power. I think it's two different things.